Hi, I am Alankita from the Fairgaze team, and today we are here at the CED 6th Annual Conference, which is on the theme of futuristic trends in education. So, we have with us today a lot of good educationists who are experienced and who have been contributing to the field of education. So, let's see what they have to say on the futuristic trends and what the technology is providing for the children now. So let's dive into the interviews. Ma'am, so I would like to ask you two basic questions now that we are talking about the futuristic trends in education. So what are the three trends in education, especially that technology has introduced for us, that you are very hopeful about?
Well, if I talk about technology, first and foremost, something very common, which I think is now I can also call it a household thing, is the online education which has started. And the best part is that it's not only the children who are being equipped, but also their parents and those younger ones who are actually following the footsteps of their elders and doing good into it. Then I would say the AI, the artificial intelligence, which is coming up. Definitely, I feel that in this era, to move ahead, we really need to think ahead, and for that, especially in our country, there's a lot many change. I would say COVID is not, it has given us so much of pain, but there's blessings also.
Correct.
Lot many blessings that definitely will take us ahead. Yeah,
absolutely.
So that I feel is good enough. And then thirdly, it is like, with this technology, also the out-of-box thinking, that is more creativity can come up, because they get so much of ideas.
Yeah.
It was no doubt thinking is always good, but now they are getting a support also.
Sure.
Just a click and they know so much. And then they can form so many new gadgets, new things. And this coding coming up, I think it's marvelous.
Absolutely, ma'am. And ma'am, second thing, now that we've talked about the advantages, and everything is so much centered around technology that even one miss out or even one power cut does so much damage to us. So do you think there is some monitoring required on our part for our children when they are consuming so much on the internet? They are definitely learning, but how do we strike that balance?
That's a very nice question, because I tell you, in each and every field, you really have to strike a balance.
Correct.
And a middle path is there.
Yes.
As you just said, that instead of getting perturbed when there's no power, there's a power cut, it's better that you understand that that power is not your master. You are the master for it. Your mind is still with you. So why not find out other ways? And in that particular time, you can channelize your energy.
Correct.
And with this, I would also say, we are working with machines, but we are not machines.
Absolutely.
So that EQ has to be there. Our emotional quotient has to go along.
Yes.
So it cannot be that, okay, because of technology, we are going to be, more of machines. No. I feel more of that humanistic approach has to be there. And I feel that the students should be, that's why, given skill education along with the path where they know what is the importance of yoga, meditation in life.
Correct.
Because once you meditate, definitely these challenges, when they come, right, when you are in the technology and these challenges come, then obviously it's not very good for the health also to stay in front of the your laptop for so long. So it's better that they understand that they really need to relax also, and I think it is also taking your focus to health back.
Absolutely.
So it's a balance.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much for your inspirational words.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
So thank you for watching this video, and stay connected with Fairgaze through all our social media platforms. You can find us on Facebook, you can find us on Instagram, Twitter and LinkedIn, and do not forget to share this video. Thank you so much.